Atkin and Shiffrin distinguish between the permanent structural features of memory and its control processes. The structure of human memory consists of three basic stores: a sensory register, in which memories are held for a few milliseconds before they decay. Attended information from the sensory registry is then transferred to the short-term store. Information is held for about 30 seconds before it decays, unless rehearsal is used to maintain this information for a longer period of time. From short-term memory, information can be transferred to long-term permanent storage in the long-term store. We experience our world through our five senses, and it is believed that we have a sensory register for each of these sensory modalities: seeing, hearing, touching, tasting, and smelling. The duration of the short-term memory store was investigated by Peterson and Peterson in 1959 using an interference task to prevent rehearsal. He concluded that decay occurs in short-term store over a period of 15 seconds. Atkin and Shiffrin assumed that the capacity of the short-term store was around 5 to 8 items of information. However, Miller in 1956 refined this figure to the magical number 7 plus minus 2. Encoding of short-term memory did not depend on its input form. For example, we may register the image of a pineapple in its visual form, but it is held in verbal form as short-term memory. Atkin and Shiffrin believed that a memory trace in short-term store was held in an auditory or verbal form because of the phonological similarity effect, where letters and words of a similar sound presented to participants are more difficult to recall than dissimilar sounding letters and words. The similarity of sounds led to a confusion in the short-term store, suggesting that encoding in this store is primarily acoustic. Retrieval of memory from the short-term store is largely based on a rapid sequential scan of the stored information. Rehearsal is important in maintaining information in the short-term store, increasing the strength of the memory trace, and ultimately building up the memory trace in long-term store. Digit span experiments suggest that we are able to maintain between 5 and 9 items using rehearsal, and as more information is input into the store, older information or information with a weaker memory trace is knocked out and quickly decays. Transfer of information from the short-term to long-term store can be as a result of rehearsal, although this would leave a relatively weak memory trace. A more durable memory trace can be achieved by using mental operations such as mnemonics. Mnemonics are memory aids, especially those techniques that use vivid imagery and organizational devices.